thanks for joining. If you are joining live or on the replay, just make sure that I have my camera on. It seems to be bright just before I turn on my phone, and then it goes a little bit dark, so just making sure that I'm in the correct lighting. So thanks for joining. I am here tonight to share about my moving from fear to trust message. And I was talking in my last video yesterday evening about moving from fear to trust and the journey that I've been taking with my group program. So tonight I just want to talk about, oh hi Leslie and hi Brenda, thanks for joining. How are you? So yeah, I'm talking about the journey that I'm on with both myself and with the people that are drawn to work with me. Hi Leslie. So the whole message of moving from fear to trust. So basically it's looking at where you are now in terms of, okay, how are you showing up in your life in terms of, you know, all the areas. So where is fear determining the different areas of your life, whether that's your health, whether it's in your career. Hi Brendan. Hi, good, thanks for sharing. You're good. So fear can seep in and, you know, start to block, I suppose, our potential from expressing. So that can affect all areas. So like I was saying, your health, your career, relationships, all the different areas of our life. So in terms of energetic, so I'm talking about the family line. So your particular family line that you're coming from, yes, fear is the absence of love, absolutely. So that's, yeah, I say my group program that I've been running for the past 3 months is moving from fear to trust, which I changed the name to trust is our default setting, and trust and love are the emotions that move together. So when we move out of fear. However, coming from our family line, like your parents and your grandparents, hi Andrew, thanks for joining, we can inherit a lot of fear that's passed on through our family line. So it can be a lot of unprocessed pain and trauma that's actually passed on through our energetic pathways. So where I work in terms of the Meridians, working with the tool of fragrance alchemy in my practice, and this is actually working on the energy pathways of your body. So your memories are held at a cellular level. So even a memory that, and you know, for example, something that happened 20 years ago can be as real to you energetically today as it happened yesterday, as opposed to it being 20 years ago. So there are a lot of emotions that are held in your physical body that are not just coming from your own life experience, but are actually coming from your family line and what has been passed on to you in terms of the way that you've been brought up, and also the different ways, you know, the different patterns that are passed on to you. Optimal self-trust is optimal self-love. Absolutely, Michael, definitely. So in terms of the meridians, so you actually have like 12 ordinary meridians which are connected to your 12 main organs. So you have your lungs, you know, your heart, your liver. So it's like all of these organs actually hold specific emotions. So in regards, your lungs, they hold grief, your liver holds anger, your heart holds joylessness, and these are the negative emotions I'm saying, just to kind of highlight them firstly. There are pure emotions that are actually there when all those negative emotions are cleared out of the way of the organs and out of your energy field. So it's a really interesting process to work through with my own self. Is just really delving into the roots of my ancestry, and it's so interesting because I've been doing an exercise with my group. We're finishing up this week, and we've been working through our ancestral line and actually finding stories of courage, and also finding the different ways, you know, the different ways that we've been molded by our families, you know, by our parents, and the different ways that we've been brought up, and the way our grandparents and their kind of way that they lived, and how that has basically shaped who we are today. So it's not all throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's not all get rid of your negative past. It's actually about maybe clearing out the stuff that's no longer relevant, the obsolete stuff, and then being able to reconnect into what is real and the pure emotions that are already there, just waiting for us to discover them. So the energetic patterns, it's so interesting how things can play out from family members that have influenced you, just from the belief systems that actually create your whole reality. So it's like, as you say, your thoughts create your reality, your beliefs create your reality. That's actually true, because that's actually what you're emitting from your field. Hi, John. Oh, I know the stuff is backwards. I know it's difficult. I'm just going to have the notes to keep me not going off on a wild tangent, because I get very excited and I am like, where have I gone? I've just gone off into like completely different track. So these notes are more for me than for you to read them. So just giving an example of energetic patterns that are passed on. So it's like, you know, this whole notion of the world isn't safe, or you have to work very, very hard to get anything done. And I suppose this has all been very relevant. It's not like people have made up these false ideas. It's actually been, our whole reality has been the reality of opposites. So up to this point in our evolution, our growth has come through opposition, and that has created a lot of built up emotion that's actually stored in our energy pathways, our meridians, and also in our organs. So it's so interesting how when you start to work through the process of working with fragrance alchemy over time, and you start to clear it away, it's almost like you're looking out through the world through new eyes. And that's the only way that I can actually describe it into a distilled sentence. It's like, wow, I never saw this before. You know, all your perceptions, all your awareness starts to increase, and you actually start to activate like DNA that hasn't been in use, you know, that's latent. So there's so much to this than just moving from fear to trust. It's actually bringing you on a huge evolutionary journey that is only the beginning, really. Imagine teeth have their spots on the meridians. Absolutely, yeah, that is spot on, Leslie, and I cannot wait to speak with you very soon for my Ashling's Holistic Health show, because I'm really interested about your perspective with teeth and how they're connected in spiritually, and also how they actually impact the physical body and how they're actually all lying on different organs. So that's, I love to bring on, you know, so many perspectives. It's just fascinating when you start to learn your body and all the different facets that we have. So I am actually enrolling for my next group, which is Trust is Your Default Setting, and I have 3 spaces left. So if you are interested, if this is something that your heart is singing and going, hooray, because you have to be like, yay, you can't be like, I don't know, that's a bit weird. You have to be kind of like, yeah, this is what I want to do, even if your mind is like, this is a bit weird. Yeah, you just have to kind of have an instinct about it. But if you are interested, please send me a private message and I will let you know further details. So anyway, yeah, so I think this whole process of moving from fear to trust has taken me on a wild adventure, and I'm just so excited to bring this out further and actually kind of empower people really to apply this in their own life. And you know, we're no longer at the mercy of not being able to move beyond the past anymore. We actually do have all of the tools, and all of the support is now here, which is really good. So it has come a long way in terms of my own healing process, like has really been over the past 7 years. And I feel, I mean, it's not like I've arrived or you ever arrived per se, but it's about like, it's not you know, at the beginning I felt like I was like in the trenches, and I was like, oh my god, I feel like I've, you know, climbed 1,000 mountains, even though it's very like, doesn't seem that on the outside maybe to most people. But it's been, has been a colossal journey. And I've just been like, you know, next thing. And I've just like, looking back even over the past few years, I'm just like, wow, that's amazing how I was brought to the right people at the right time. You know, I met the right teachers and got the right information, and you know, it was always there. I just didn't really see it. And now it's like I'm clearing away all the cobwebs and I'm able to see the perfection of what is, as opposed to seeing before I was focusing on what isn't, and focusing on all the problems in the world, and knowing in my own self that I had a huge part to play, but not knowing how. And also I didn't want to fit into a box. You know, I wanted to find a way that I could actually express my full self. And that was always my desire, and I think I'm really kind of in a space of getting there, and I hope to encourage and inspire other people to also be able to do this in their own life, and actually start to change the direction of our societies. But that also starts with ourselves. So working in this process on your own self individually and then sharing it with whoever it is relevant for, because we can't force this on people. Hi Michelle, thanks for joining. Yeah, so it's what's really beautiful though is when you start to just realize just how everything lines up in the right time, and to trust your journey and trust, you know, that you are coming out of fear in all the different areas in your life, and it's not going to be an overnight process. And it's funny because when you start on a path, you know, different things, different situations will come up to kind of say, do you trust, you know, are you here, are you holding it? So just know that there's no like perfect way to do it. It's just the way that you do, and the way that comes up for you is just exactly what you need in the time. And if you do need any support, like I was saying, I am enrolling for my next group, and if you feel like this is for you, please give me a message. So I will be doing another few videos and just talking a little bit deeper into what exactly is fragrance alchemy and how it can be a tool that will enhance your life, your health, and all the things that you're looking for. So thanks for joining, and I will see you again very soon.